quarterback situation in West Virginia, does that alter preparations much?
It does. It's interesting. I think you take a different approach depending on who's playing quarterback for these guys. We're preparing for both. I would anticipate seeing both. I think that Green has done a really good job of throwing some life into that offense. But obviously JT Daniels was the guy, and so be surprised if they make a wholesale change. Definitely two different styles of attack for them.
Another week, another team that likes to go for it on fourth down.
Big 12 football, man. I mean, that's just offensive football in this league is so dynamic, and these guys are as dynamic as anyone.
Named to the Broyles watch list, I think it was, or semifinalist. What's that mean to you?
I'm not a humongous Twitter guy, I guess, so I didn't even really know about it right away. I think it's a credit to the players more than anything. It's a credit to the other assistants. I'm just the guy that happens to be the beneficiary of it all. I mean, the players play their hearts out every Saturday, and that award I hope gives them as much pride as it does me.
Kobe, it seems like a pretty big deal, but how do you go about replacing him in the secondary?
We've been pretty cross-trained, I guess, with a lot of guys. T.J. Smith has got a lot of game reps under him for years now. Sincere Mason's got a lot of game reps under him. I'm excited. The opportunity to maybe get V.J. Payne some more reps, maybe get Kendre Steiger some more reps now. And so it opens up some doors for other people. Obviously, I feel terrible for Kobe. He was just starting to play his best football and starting to get into the groove a little bit. And he cares so much about the game and this team. It just breaks my heart. Didn't think it was as serious as it was when it happened, because he walked off the field, and I would expect nothing less. The guy's just an absolute soldier. And we're going to have to pick up his slack by committee.
I know a lot of things went right for you on Saturday, but big picture, why was it such a good day on defense?
I think our guys were just comfortable in the game flow. I think we did a great job in preparation. They did. I think that guys were just ready to accept the challenge. Nothing spectacular happened. I can point to plenty of mistakes that we made on tape, but just as kind of been the happenstance all season, is our guys just played their tails off, and they overcame some of those things. And Saturday was no different.
Coach Klanderman kind of alluded to it. It's kind of been like in every other game kind of thing, because you didn't work out so well against TCU and Texas. Can you detect like the difference between those performances when it works and when it doesn't?
No, I can't. You could point to a lot of things in the TCU game, for example, that just were absolute, Murphy's Law, I guess. And I think Texas some of the same. And I don't attribute that to anything. I don't attribute that to the players not being focused or the coaches having a bad play. I don't think that was the case. I think it was just maybe myself, maybe just a little slow to react on some of those days, or not overcome certain things that happened. But I think the players have showed up every Saturday, and I would expect this Saturday to be the same.
Coach Kleiman said that last week was the first time Deuce Green's been able to practice for pretty much full go since South Dakota. Having him back, as healthy as you can be at this point in the season, what does that mean for you?
It's awesome. It's great. And not only Deuce, I know Nate Matlack had missed substantial practice time. Felix had missed substantial practice time. To get those guys going in the flow, I think we're maybe starting to get there, whereas other teams maybe got there in mid-October. And so, but Deuce just provides such a leadership for our guys. He's such a vocal presence, just a presence overall. I think that is, just gives kind of a pulse to our team.
Felix hold up against the constant double teams, never getting held, and having to stay out of every
Hey, no, he's Felix is special that way, because he's not built to do some of the things that we ask him to do inside. Obviously he does all the stuff on the edge really well. He's not a 275, 280-pound guy that belongs in there, but he does great in there just because he's so quick. He's so strong. He's able to, hold point and kind of position himself so that he doesn't get moved. So he's been awesome. We've done a little bit more of that stuff, putting those guys inside than we did last year, maybe at times, just to kind of spice up the fronts somewhat. And he's been, he does that stuff phenomenally well.
Has Khalid responded to playing up front quite a bit.
Yeah, we've moved him. You know, and it's no secret. We've been saying it for weeks. You know, we just got to get Khalid doing the things that he does really well. You know, his skill set is we can get by, but his skill set, he's not going to be the best when he's out in the apex covering down two and, you know, rerouting people, and that's not his deal. You know, we need to get him running straight lines. We need to get him in the mix. We need to get him as close to the football as possible, because when he's around it, he'll find it.
Hey Joe, when you hear mob mentality, what comes to mind?
I think it's a kind of a chip on your shoulder thing. I think and because of that chip on your shoulder, I think that makes you go the extra mile in your preparation. It makes you go the extra mile in your effort. It makes you play with courage, and it makes you play for each other. And I think that's as big of anything. I think the mob is a deal where it just brings people together. I think it's all for one, and I think that's this unit is such an embodiment of that.